We're raising money for the Bradley Lowry Foundation by walking from the Stadium of Light to St James's Park on October 24th. Please help this great cause by donating. The link is in the description below.
Hello Newcastle Fans TV, we are back. Premier League football is back. I'm back. Yes, I had a fantastic holiday, as you all know. So we're going to be talking about the opposition today. We're going to be looking at a little bit more about Southampton, which I've got all the information in front of me. What we'll begin looking at the opposition is have a look at their form guide. Now, this is actually promising from Newcastle. If you look at these recent results, they have not been very well at all. Southampton getting beat, off Stoke, Man United. They beat Crystal Palace, which is the only win in the last 6 games. But to be honest with you, anybody would play Crystal Palace in a minute and win. Beat off Watford, drew with Huddersfield and got beaten for Wolves in the League Cup. So as I mentioned, they've only won 1 out of the last 6 games, drawn the 1, lost 4. They've only scored 2 out of 6 games. And they've conceded 7. They've only picked up 4 points from a possible 15th. In the league position, they're sitting in 12th, which surprised me a little bit considering looking at the form. They're on 8 points, 2 behind us in 9th place. So not the greatest of form that Saints are under. Now, how Saints are going to line up? They're going to line up with a 4-2-3-1 formation, similar to Newcastle. This is how they lined up last time against Stoke, where they got beat. So it was Forster in goal, Suarez is right back, Yoshida and Van Dijk, who come back into the lineup, Bertrand at left back. The 2 holding were Lemena and Romeo, and then you had Tadic, Davis and Redmond in support of Shane Long up top. I'm expecting 2 changes. I think Gabbiadini will come back into the lineup, Fox in the box, and I think Ward-Prowse might come into this lineup as well. Right, so Southampton then, how they normally tend to play. They'll keep possession, they'll have it short, they like to try and keep the ball in, so there'll be an hour half, a lot more of the time. They'll play through the middle as well, and they very rarely rotate under new management, so however, I haven't seen them a couple of times this season. They did dominate against Stoke. They had loads of possession, but the finishing was awful. They're quite a small side if you take out the 2 centre-backs. They're not very great in the air, something that Newcastle may look at, especially in particular set pieces. They're prone to errors. They can't stop chances being created against them, so they will give you loads of opportunities as well. And also the suspect to long shots, so maybe Newcastle, maybe with the likes of John Joe Shelby, Matt Ritchie, will shoot on sight as well. So as I mentioned, players to watch out for, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? You're going to look at Van Dijk, he's back. Is he in the right mind of frame though? Despite them not scoring much, the creativity of Davis, Redmond and Tadic is still there. There's still that threat. I think Forster will need to be tested. We know he's capable of having a worldie. We've had him in the books at Newcastle when he was 4th choice, when he was younger. He is capable of having a worldie, so Newcastle need to test him and test this defence as well. Now, 2 seasons ago, as I've touched upon this in social media, it was about 18 months ago, this was the making of Jamal Lascelles. He stood up against his fellow professionals when Stephen Taylor had an absolutely shocker. Daryl Yama was punching walls. We're going to be talking about him a little bit more further on the week when we look back at Jamal Lascelles, the making of him, so to speak, as well. So after doing the research, looking at Southampton, this has got, 0-0 written all over it, hasn't it? I am expecting Southampton to dominate the possession a lot of the time, so they'll be heavily influenced, keeping the ball. But as I mentioned, they don't score many of the chances. So Newcastle, how they'll set up is very compact. Rafa Benitez's side, so it's got 0-0 written all over this. But would you take 0-0? I would personally. Expect us to play on the counter, hit them on the wings with the likes of Atsu, Ritchie, Shelby, Moreno to get on the ball as well. And you would think that maybe Hostler will again start up top. It's going to be kind of like a similar performance at Swansea there, I think. And I'm going to put this down as 0-0. It's very boring, I know, but I've said this on the Ugly Inside as well, the opposition channel. They'll be coming on tomorrow in 24 hours or so. So I think it'll be 0-0. Let us know what you think. I'm Southampton. In your comments down there below. See you later. Bye bye.